Among all the planets in the universe, Earth is clearly the best for life. Right? Wrong. Earth might be fantastic, but scientists have discovered some worlds that could be even more suitable for life. Introducing KOI 5715.1. Most of the planets on our superhabitable list are not places you could visit anytime soon. They are very distant. The first place is taken by 3,000 light-years from our solar system, KOI 575.1. This seems to satisfy the fundamental requirement to sustain life. It exists in the Goldilocks zone of its star, so the conditions wouldn't be too hot or too cold for the existence of a key ingredient for life on its surface: liquid water. But this planet would also have many other requirements to be considered super habitable. The planetary system it belongs to might be 5.5 billion years old, which would make it about 1 billion years older than our solar system. And its size would be approaching those required for super habitable planets. Scientists look for planets with a mass up to 1.5 times that of ours and that are about 10% larger. This size difference would help the planet retain heat, and if its average temperature were about 5 degrees Celsius higher than that of Earth, the planet could have even richer biodiversity. Now, being almost twice the size of Earth, KOI 5715.1 might slightly exceed this condition. Moreover, studies indicate that this planet is actually colder than Earth. But there is still hope. With the right atmospheric composition, a strong greenhouse effect could raise temperatures to the desired level. And as for super habitable worlds, well, we are only just beginning to render this planet habitable. About 2,700 light-years away is Kepler-69. This super-Earth could be about 7 billion years old. This places it perfectly within the estimated age range of 5 to 8 billion years for super habitable planets. This range is based on the 3.5 billion years it took for complex life to appear on Earth. So, the best chance of finding life might be on a planet a bit older than us. It's just that this exoplanet might be a bit too big to be super habitable. It has a mass nearly 4 times that of Earth. Such a large rocky planet could have a single colossal continent with vast deserts inside. But the coast, bathed by Kepler's ocean, could be your perfect place to relocate. Our next super-Earth shares a similar name, Kepler 1126b, only it is slightly closer to home. Yes, this planet is about 2073 light-years away and belongs to a system that is 7.5 billion years old. It also orbits around a yellow dwarf star, very similar to ours. Only Kepler 1126b is 2.5 times closer to its star than Earth is to the Sun. But it's not a big deal because the star around which Kepler 1126b orbits is cooler than ours, so the habitable zone would exist in a much closer range to it. If you're not comfortable with this proximity to a burning star, there's another super-Earth on our list, and it's at a reasonable distance from home. Speculus 2c is only 106 light-years away. Not that its proximity gives it an advantage. It would still take over 200,000 years to travel to this super-Earth. And that's if you're traveling at the speed of NASA's Parker Solar Probe, the fastest probe ever launched. Speculus 2. Suc looks promising. It is about 40% larger than Earth. And there's also the possibility that it's a rocky planet, just like ours. Now, despite the fact that it also exists in a habitable zone, its red dwarf star is still very small. It's only 15% the size of our Sun. So, this planet orbits around its star at a very close distance, and this close proximity could mean that Speculus 2 is tidally locked with its star. This super-Earth takes 8.5 days to make a complete rotation on its axis, as well as an orbit around its star. This would mean that one side of the planet would be an eternal day and the other in an endless night. This means that life could be possible in the so-called twilight zone. the thin strip of land between the two sides. We just need to observe more closely to see if this is the case. But with all these candidates so far away, wouldn't it be nicer if the planets in our own solar system were a bit more habitable? Well, that's a story for another What If.